Go.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is the extension. So each phone's labeled with an extension. You can call the phones directly. So for example, let's see what we got over here. So that's 6009. So if you want to call somebody, just hit the phone icon and you can dial the extension directly and that'll call that phone. Okay? So you guys can call each other via extension. To make outbound calls, you just dial the number, hit the phone icon. You don't have to dial 9 or anything else. Just dial the number and then hit audio call. Okay? And then that's called my cell phone. Okay? Now, on the phone, there's also, if you pull from the top, there's a menu on the top. So if I drag my finger down, you got to do it twice to get the full menu. There's a do not disturb. So if you don't want calls coming into that phone, you can turn that on. The phone won't ring anymore. Okay? And then, what else? And then you can always go back, hit the home button, and that'll bring you back. Okay? Now, the other thing you have in here is you can do conference calls. Okay, so if you click this conference button, you can set a conference call. You can add multiple people, and I can invite multiple calls in. So you dial the first number, and then what'll happen is that you can keep adding people. You just hit this invite button. You can have like 20 people on the call at a time if you want. Okay. What else can I show? Oh, the other thing, the phones keep a log of all the calls. So this is the log here. So this will show you all the calls that, this is all the calls. You can see what calls you missed, which ones you called out, what's come in, and then if you've done any conference calls. Okay. And then again, you can always go back, hit the home. Now you can also swipe left and right. So if you swipe over here, there's different options. This is actually kind of a mini computer, so it has apps on it. So it's got like a calculator. You can actually even browse the web on this. So you can actually look up, if you want to use it as a web browser, you can pull up websites.
In a pinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so here, so if you do, yeah. So and it's got a keyboard and everything else. And then, yeah, so this will actually act as a full web browser too. Okay. And if I want to go back, I can hit the back arrow. Okay. So you got clock. You know, you got a bunch of different apps on here. What else can I show you app wise?
Is it SMS?
What's up?
SMS?
Oh yeah, that's not active. We don't do SMS on the phones. It's something we may do. Most medical practices use it through their EMR software. So we haven't implemented it. We may in the future.
And voicemail, I think we're not doing right now.
Yeah, so voicemail, the way that it's set up is it's going to ring all the phones 6 times. And then if nobody answers, it goes to Dr. Kennedy's cell phone.
Got it.
Okay.
So there won't be any voicemail through this system for now.
Yeah.
Do you want to show on the cordless phones how some of those features work?
Yeah, the nice thing about the phones is they're all consistent. So here, bring it over. So it's all the same concept. So on the phone, the other thing I show in the cordless too. So if we make a call, you can actually turn speakerphone on and off with this key. So it's gonna, let me mute it. So you can actually turn speakerphone on and off with this key. Okay, and then you can also put a call on hold. So if I want to park the call, okay, and then I can resume it. And then you can also do a transfer. So like if I'm on a call and I want to send it to another phone, so let's say I want to send it to 6002, I can do that. I can say transfer. And the difference between a blind transfer and a new call, a blind transfer will just send it right over. A new call, you could talk with the person and say, hey, I'm going to give you this call. And then you can send it. So if I do a blind transfer, it's just going to send it over. Okay. There you go.
Just 1 second. I think somebody's outside.
Sure. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So the cordless phone's the same. the buttons just look a little different. So history, you got your call history, same thing as on this phone. You can always click the hang up button to go back. Okay, and then Jason and I were talking, if you want to put the cordless on Do Not Disturb, what you do is hit the middle button for settings, and then go to call settings, and then you can turn Do Not Disturb on here.
Okay.
So you turn it on and off there. And if I want to go back, I can hit the hang up button. Okay.
And you have that little red dot in the middle of your home
Yeah.
screen saying you're on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, and let's put this one on too. So see how they're both on Do
Got
Not
it.
Disturb now? It'll let you know.
Okay.
Because sometimes people turn it on and they forget. So let's turn it back off. Okay. And then what else can I show
As
you?
far as the Wi-Fi, we don't need to do anything with Wi-Fi, right?
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, the desk phones, what we do is the desk phones are connected via cable.
Okay.
So it's more reliable. So yeah, make sure you keep Wi-Fi turned off on the desk phones. Don't
Okay.
turn it on. The cordless phones use it by default, obviously, but yeah, the desk phones, just keep it turned off.
Okay.
Now you can, if like we ever want to move one of these phones somewhere where there's not a cable, we can enable Wi-Fi on these. But
Got
by
it.
default, we try to use the cables whenever we can. It's just better call quality.
Okay.
Okay. And then let's see what else if I'm missing anything else.
Cordless phones are not touchscreen.
Yeah, the only difference is the cordless phones aren't touchscreen. Let me see what else you guys are not using voicemail.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to use any of this stuff. If we
Yeah,
do,
any
it's
of
going to
the
be a
apps.
follow-up.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if we're missing anything else.
The only thing I could think is if we need to troubleshoot and need someone to access settings.
Oh, the one thing you guys we can do for you in the future, this screen can be completely customized. So if you ever want to what you can do is this phone's 6001, right? So if you want to put other phones on here, like let's say for example you want to see 6002, we can add a button and then you can hit that button and it'll dial the phone directly without having to type it. We can also show the status of that phone.
Okay.
So if somebody's on the phone or not.
Okay.
So before you transfer, you'll know if somebody's on there or not. So if you guys ever want to customize these and put specific extensions to see if somebody's on the phone or not, we can do that as well. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else we can.
How does the camera work between the desk phones?
Yeah, if you guys are going to use it, we can enable video. It's off by default, but there's a camera on here, and you can actually, that's off. There's a little wheel you can turn the camera on.
Okay.
And if you guys
Am I
think,
late? Can I come?
yeah, come on, we'll go through it. Yeah, I'll run through it real quick.